All right, with a great pleasure joining us now, talk about it is the man himself. That's Mr. Herschel Walker, Georgia Senate candidate on the Republican side. Herschel Walker, thank you for this, sir. I know you're awful busy, but we've been talking. Brian Kilmeade and I were just talking about you at the top. My riff was all about you. I'm just calling this Herschel first. It's the Herschel platoon. And I wanted to begin with this arrangement or deal with Senator Mitch McConnell's PAC is going to help out Governor Brian Kemp to give you his much touted, apparently it's one of the best in the country, Election Day operation. Can you tell us some more about that? Can we dig in on that? Because it sounds like a big plus to me.
Well, you know, Governor Kemp ran a great race against Stacey Abrams. I think everyone saw that race. He had that machine out, the people that hit in the doors, knocking on doors, the people hitting the streets. And right now, you know, he and I want to do divide and conquer. Well, right now I'm in a runoff, and Governor Kemp knows that it's great to have someone in Washington working on the federal side as he work on the state side here for the great people of Georgia. So he's going to let me use that machine he worked on with Stacey Abrams so I can go ahead and beat Senator Warnock. Right now, Senator Warnock has proven that he's another Georgia guy. He seemed to be like he's from Washington, D.C. or from New York or California. And he don't represent Georgia. So I want to come up in December the 6th, the night of December the 6th, and let everyone know that I'm that senator from Georgia that represents the great people of Georgia.
So if Brian Kemp's 100% behind you, this has to be good news. This is a good shot in the arm. Not that you didn't have it. I mean, you were close to 50%. But Herschel, let me ask you something. Warnock is already throwing mud at you, okay? And, you know, you and I talked when you were last on the show a week or two back. I thought that Barack Obama threw some mud at you. I think the mainstream media doesn't like African Americans who happen to be conservatives or conservative Republicans. Just tell us your thinking. You want to throw mud back? You want to take the high road, stick with issues? What are you thinking, Herschel?
Well, I'm taking the high road because, you know, he has a lot of skeleton in his closet. He's got a great deal of them. And being a minister, and I'm not going to do that. What I want the people of Georgia to know is I'm going to represent them in Washington as a senator. That meaning that I'm going to get their taxes down. That means I'm going to try to get this border secured. I'm going to get the economy under control. And I'm going to get men out of women's sports. Those are all the things that he's responsible for that he didn't do. He left Georgia, went to Washington, represented everyone in Washington, D.C., and forgot about Georgia. So he can continue to throw the mud. You know, I've been very transparent. He hasn't. You know, in the debate, I hope everyone saw the debate, and I tell everyone I became the adult because I took him to school. He was the guy that was supposed to take me to school in the debate, but I took him to school. Everyone saw that he's a hypocrite. They saw that he was not the man he claimed to be, and all of a sudden he got to the point he couldn't answer questions anymore. Well, being a senator, why don't he step up to the plate and admit he's done something wrong, and then you can fix it. And I think he did the same thing Joe Biden has done, that he headed in the wrong direction, and they're not going to change. He's not going to change for Georgia, so it's time for him to go. And I'm the senator that's going to step in there, and I'm going to represent the people there in Georgia.
I mean, on the issues, to keep with the high road, I mean, I personally hate mudslinging. I reckon you hate mudslinging, too. On the issues, Warnock has been a reliable 100% vote for Joe Biden's agenda, which, as you pointed out, has done great damage to the economy and the border and the inflation rate. I mean, that hasn't changed. He's 100% Biden vote.
Well, first I want to say, if you want to sling mud, I can sling it with the best of them, but that's not what it's about. He's been a rubber stamp for Joe Biden. He's voted with him 96% of the time. The other 4%, he either was promoting his book or doing something else, so he probably voted with him 100% of the time. But voting with Joe Biden did not help Georgia. You know, he raised their taxes when he went to Washington, said that he was not going to raise their taxes. He put men and women's sports when he was going to speak for the women. He's done so many things that he claimed he was going to help Georgia, and he didn't do it. So why in the world would we trust him with 6 more years, and with less than 2, you see what he's done? Well, everything he's done has been nothing but to hurt the great people of Georgia. It's time for Georgia champion. That's going to be Herschel Walker. I scored for Georgia before. I'm going to score again. And the way I'm going to do that is get him out of that seat come December the 6th.
Yeah, well, listen, you could be the 51st vote in the Senate, and in that game, 51 is a massive landslide. 51 is the biggest landslide in history because you all will take over all the committee chairs. Will Ron DeSantis come into the state and help you out? Will Glenn Youngkin come into the state and help you out?
I want anyone that's willing to help me to win this seat to come into the state of Georgia because this seat is that important. That's why I've been telling everyone to go to teamherschel.com because they're trying to buy this seat. They're trying to buy this seat because Senator Warnock can't win it. He can't win on the issues. He couldn't beat me on a debate. He can't beat me on the issues. He can't beat me on anything we've done. That's the reason he's slinging mud. So anyone that's willing to help me to win this seat, go to teamherschel.com, contribute to my campaign. If you want to knock doors, let's knock doors because I love the United States of America, the greatest country in the world today. I love the United States of America. And if I do not win that seat, we may not recognize America as soon as they get back in control because they seem not to like America. You know, who in the world, when you make the term make America great again, how can you be upset with that if you live here in the United States of America? You know, I want America to be great. I want every kid in America to have that America's dream. Well, I can tell you right now, if I don't win that seat, no other America will ever have that America dream again because they would change this country. And we have our problems, but we solve those problems together. We don't do it by separating people. We don't do it by the color of your skin. We do it by coming together as United States citizens and getting the things done. And that's what I want to do, bringing unity back and not have Senator Warnock who want to divide us, think he can conquer by dividing us. It's time for him to go. And that's the reason I've decided to run because I said I am not going to sit back anymore and let them destroy Georgia or destroy the United States of America.
Well said, Herschel Walker. I'm just calling it Herschel first, and I'm calling it the Herschel Walker platoon. And that's where we're going to go with this. Thank you, sir. Best of luck on the campaign trail.
Hey,